Good morning, folks. It's 7:04 a.m. on the 5th day, 2nd month, 2023. A really nasty storm line beginning to merge together down here. And some of these are rotating across the areoral area of this radar perturbation is going on down low over here from Richmond radar. These are very dangerous storms, judging by the conditions of the oscillations and the heights of the clouds and the temperatures that I've been seeing. You clearly see evidence of a radar beam right here coming through. And I'll put it back on. You see this area that's lit up here, pointing right at that station. She's beaming. That one there. See the wedge pointing right at the station? Yep. Get you a straight edge, put it up on your screen. You'll see that these lines point right at the radar station. Right? That's adding fuel to the storm. And there's a lot of chem bombs going off in these storms, in front of them and around them, that are causing shock waves as well, that are emerging particles to get high enough to fall. And I'm seeing some hook trails through here, like coming through Hewenden here. It's a very bad tendrils here. So use great care in travel. I don't think I got a traffic cam around here to actually have a look, which is sad because this is a main road. Yeah. Rachel Nice noticed something I noticed too, that they're showing that you got rain right all along this corridor. Oh, they changed it now. They had it earlier. They showed this whole corridor being wet, and the rain ain't falling there. They were showing Harvey Bay and everything. Yeah, they changed it after you made your post, but I noticed that too. There ain't a drop of rain falling there. Right when you look at it, out to sea even. It's just clouded over mess. They had blue skies most of the day, actually out here. Not in that direction. Hey, no, really. It's there's your airport. Look at the fry-ins you got going on here. Here, I'll put that up to a bigger picture. You see if we can pick picture of like that there, where you got a center point in a V shape. You got a cluster bomb going off up here. 1, 2, 3 there. So if you look in the EMF, you'll see sometimes in the lower deck below it, you'll see an explosion bomb. Like this is a plume field going underneath this EMF. See 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there with the shockwave making a line. There's a V. So something here is exploding in an arc. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can pick it out. If you start to learn to read these, you're going to see the chem bomb. You can't stop seeing the firework display and the different ones that they use. That's kind of an obvious one. That's an obvious one too. A center point, the V shape, boom, 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 right next to it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, chem bombs suck, and they're modifying the weather with them. They had some blue skies above those clouds. The Nastito Banditos have been out. And this is the most recent image from 24 minutes ago. So I can get a good read on this one. Let's see what we got going on. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Cluster right here. See the 4. See the 3 above it, the domino. See that one there? It's going to turn into the flower of death. It's kind of blocked a bit by that There's one of them plumes going up. Something's on a platform moving up in a column, and only the column itself is nucleating the condensates for a cloud. So they're brewing up a nasty day. Hey, the marshmallow cloud, all toasted. Oh, it's nasty. Very volatile, the low deck. I'm doing a read on that now on this. This shows me the low deck. Very, very volatile it was there about 9 hours ago. So right, let me get back to this storm front I was wanting to. Well, I don't want to show it. To be honest, I'd rather be sleeping. You got another line here, and it's going to cause problems. Watch it coming in. See how it sets as it gets closer to the center of the radar. This wake in front of it, we have to have a look at. So I'm going to go over to Emerald. I'm going to get this screen loaded. What's your raise? Get it loaded up and see what did that. I have a question in my mind. What did that? And so I would like to answer that question for myself. So we're going to go up here near long range. And try not to look at it too much. I'm going to zoom just a hair back. I want to catch that shock wave that's coming out. And so that takes a few moments to load. So while it's doing its thing, I'm going to come back over here and zoom in on a couple of these cells that are going to go dangerous today. And they are, that's a spinner. This is a very dangerous cell. It's just hovering over the road, just hovering over the main highways. Not like it's out here in the middle of nothing. It's always zooming in like a plan. New bridges. That's a bad one there, actually. If you're in a path to this storm here, you're going to need to keep an eye on it. Big time. That will go tornadic. I mean, not necessarily a tornado on the ground, but that's not going to surprise me. Up in the mountains, it'll be just heavy down rushes of wind. Hail is very possible. I haven't seen a picture of what the storm looks like from a distance, sadly. If I had a picture of the side view of this storm from here or from here, especially from here with the setting sun, I could tell you the layers. So I'd love to have a picture looking west. There's nothing nearby. Marionvale, I think, is just a road. It's looking the wrong direction. Humbug. Oh well. But just judging by the looks of this storm here, she's a rotator. And it had a very fierce moment and it's getting ready to do it again. So we'll have to look at the bombs on that as well. Dangerous front line, this one. This one here I'm very worried about for Mount Stewart area. And for Taiarea. Yeah, he went there. Taiarea, man, you're going to have a sharding of the sky. Yeah, it's coming your way, absolutely. Let me see if I can pick up the rhythm. Got the rhythm. Boom. No, they're getting ready to spin that one. The lake is going to have a great effect. It usually will blow a quick hole in the cloud. Yeah, a lot of times the lake ain't having it. And very often it'll leave a gap. I mean, that's bad. What do they want in these mountains? Because you guys got some flash floods up here. Absolutely. In the path of this, all through here, flash flood. Over there, Deschart. Deschart. Welcome to Deschart. Sharty skies. Welcome to Deschart. So we wanted to look at long reach. Has got a wake coming toward it. Oh, it's hard to see. Right here. Mount Stewart. Oh, I'm at Emerald. Oh, I'm at the wrong one. No wonder I didn't see it. It's right here. Somewhere here. Would you say that chem bombs have blown this up? Look at that chaos right there. Bam! That's going to be a bad line of storms. Right. I need another different one. The egg was nice. Thank you, people, for the egg. Yeah, I got to go as keto as possible right now. It's hard. I love juice. I can't have it. The sugar. Sugar feeds fungus and parasites. Oxygen they do not like. Yeah, so I have to up the oxygen and down the sugar. And then you got to watch your battery, alkaline or acidic. And you adjust that with various foods. Like vinegar is a good adjuster. Lemon's a good adjuster. You don't want it all the time. You could cause yourself problems. Right, I'm just letting this roll faster. Come on, faster. I want to see the pattern. I'm looking at this edge out here. I'm trying to calculate the waveform. Mount Icy, you got an interference pattern here. So when things come that way, it's going to blow up very suddenly. This should be the storm line for most of the day today, actually. Right through here. And you guys just getting the chemtrails. Looks like you should have some showers along coast. at some point. You get a big square of energy that's been put here. Big wall. See it glitching on the low deck, making clouds in the glitch cloud condenser. The condensator. Let's conversate about the condensates. It's time to talk about the condensates and how they're not occurring on just natural dust anymore, particles. And nanoparticles can be produced in factories and in the heat of exhaust streams of jet planes and other objects. Carbon nanotubes can come out of diesel exhaust, right? Yeah, I prefer my world to be a degraphinated. That's how I think about that. They're really working hard here. It's da-na-na-na-na-na, boom. Oh, say, can you see these chem bombs that fly? And the fallout they bring is so endlessly creeping into our soft tissues. Yeah, they got that bomb line going on really good over here. So let's have a look at Emerald. Okay. There's the bomb. See it straight off. So I'm going to take it back. Bring it back. And then I'll go over and check the other one if it's loaded properly. See the bomb that went off here? That's as far back as I can go. Fizzy, 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 fizzies. Right, shardy skies. Right here near Boring Ba. Yeah, I know. Boring Ba. I can play with your names all I want. Clearmonte. Emeralda. Biden would love this place. Rockhampton. He would think he's in the Hamptons doing rock. How come there wasn't a crack pipe hanging on the bottom of the balloon? You know, he could be dropping them off the top like a Santa Claus. Oh, look at the bomb field here, looking like old spooky face. Over there south of McKay, his brain falling out his ear. This is a total bomb field. Now I'm watching for the wake. It should start to come out. 1, 2, 3 bombs right there. So this is caused, I'm going to back up. Right, there's that wake. Right here. All right, it's bombs. Boom, 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 boom. Shockwave will come out. Like a percussion ring would leave a crest of ground on an explosion. It goes out in a circle. Or in a shape, depending on if some object is in the way, making a shaped charge. And your shockwave comes out as bombs. These are bombs. You've been chem bombed. That's what that is on the low deck. This is all bomb and percussion ring. See it? This whole line. Bomb, 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 bomb. Not so glad in Gladstone. Boom, 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 Bundaberg. Have that in your drink. Yeah, you put that little added touch into your Bundaberg ginger beer. It's a nice product and all, but you know, the toxification of the water makes you want to say, gee, is that pure water anymore? No. It's got bad memory in it. Memory of being abused by man to do nefarious things to nature it's here to nurture. And there's a bad memory in the water that needs to go away. It needs to know that I love you, water. And it's sad that it's being used like this. And these chem bombs over the ocean here. Unavoidable to see. What a fucking shame. Alright, I was asked about Gimpy. Very specifically, I didn't see the comment till after my last video, or I just wanted to get a quick warning up. So here's the Gimpy Pyramid area. It has a great effect on the weather, actually. They cut a hole right through the center of it to put a highway where they could have gone around. Yeah, that's why I really don't want the habitat of the koalas there on Burley Head destroyed. I'd like them to make sure that they're okay. So they should stop the tram before there. Let that be a nice place to go walking. Put some woods back there. Not just something you're going to cut down. Something that'll feed and nurture. Yeah. Put the mangrove back. Protect your coastline proper. Quit chem bombing like this circle of them right here I'm pointing at. See the chem bombs going off? I'm going back in time. Back in time. And it's time to stop this shit. These chem bombs sucking. They're sucking the life out of this planet. And my God, that must be taking some money to make that Illuminati triangle right there with the dot in its center. Who got that over the top of them? Alright, Gimpy. Of course, you gotta fuck with the anti-pyramid going over the top of it. What a bunch of assholes. I'm sorry, that bothers me. I was just talking about destroying on the pyramid, and then they're doing a pyramid over the pyramid with a chem bomb. Look at that. Look at that. This is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Look at all the bombs over the top. 1, 2, 3. Whole field of them down here heading south. Headed south, going off the coast, headed toward Bribey Island over here, and all this beautiful coastline up here. All these precious animals that are irreplaceable are out here. Whales are breathing this shit with sulfur, and it might be burning their blowholes. And well, that fucking sucks to even think about. A whale with conjunctivitis, who knows what the fuck's going on? Is there triangle in the sea out here, and they're chem bombing all that? Absolutely horrendously disgusting that they're blowing up storms today. They're definitely going to cause tornadic activity. You'll see some on the ground. There's no way you're not going to get tornadoes from this. That's impossible. The cold air is in place. The flows are all in place. The chem bombs are all in place. And they're destroying things that can never be replaced. As I go down here toward the Sedona Gilt Corner here. Look at the streamers. Yeah, it looks like a fuck. That's not a peace symbol or a Mercedes-Benz subliminal advertising in your sky. These are chem bombs. Chem bombs suck, and they need to be stopped. These private interest groups that do have vested interests, that do make money off the decimation of the earth, against the charter of that agreement with Harvard itself, needs to be investigated by their very own law students. And then let us see what goes on. Quit hiding the truth from people. I can see what's going on. You ain't hiding this from the sky from me. You ain't hiding the sky from anybody. But when you white it all out, so nobody can see fuck all, you can't see the sky at all. And that's the Glass House Mountains in the distance. I'm in a very appropriate area right now. Or one of the features, actually. Rockhampton, no, I don't think that is. I should be down here for Glass House, man. I'm in the wrong place. Nah, that's a beautiful feature. I'm going to have a look at this. Looks like a bird beak with the bottom one here. So I'll have to look at the land features, see if the crest is over here. I have a different view than stumps that I used to have. That's Wascally Wabbittville. What do we got going on here? Well, I got it up. Hey, Rockhampton. The Pluminazis have been at you. Look at this, way up high. You might have had some sky going on with light on it. But the shit on the low deck is so low. And you got cirrus cloud above that. You get 3 layers of mix clearly visible here. Going high into the atmosphere. Ruining the view of this place. What a fucking shame. That's one of them tower ones. This one's in front of it. They're just pluming it up. Something's just rising. This is moving along, so it angles. They're angling the dangle, and this is going from the opposite direction. You could calculate the space between some of these. You would know exactly what frequency waveform was going on here. See that? Sine waves. Into the distance. So you can really calculate a lot. Like this is a peak. It's a trough behind it. There's another peak. And you could calculate if it's going sideways like that. Is it doing the omni 4 directional one? Or it's doing that there and that there? It's complicated what radar does. Yeah, you know I'm eyeballing that. I'm going to have a look later. That was an unintentional. Are we there yet? It's kind of... I'm trying to find you. Find ya. Nim bim bada bing bang bong. Oh my god, look at that whited out shit there. You can hardly see the sky at all. Somebody wipe that camera. Oh my god, would you look at the gelt over in Lismore here? Oh, I didn't know I picked you guys. Holy shit, look at the microwaves up top. Do we have any bomb signatures here inside the microwaves? Fucking absolutely. Big line of them right here in an arc. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pellets of something. Fizzing off in the atmosphere. Big square edge of this. Hey, look, the veg. You got a new bathing suit? Boy, Auntie got big. Or is that a boat full of shit? I think it's a boat full of shit. Let's have a good look here. What went on? Cheersing to blue skies. But you're so fucking hazed out. You ain't seeing no sunset. You ain't even getting no beneficial rays to that tree. All I see here is a crime scene. Even that picture is a crime scene to me. We got chemtrail going on up here. The plane decided to make a presence. What with these dots up in here in this one turd-looking cloud? Ready to go log in the sky. Told you, man. You got shardy skies, man. This is bullshit. Having to see. What was it yesterday at this time? Hello, darkness, our old friend. Boom, 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 boom. I see they're spraying Lismore again. Boom, 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 boom. Nanoparticles through windows floating, while the general population's sleeping. Boom, boom, boom. And the prison of masks that you wore up upon your face. What a disgrace, do. And I will not be silent. Hello, Gimpy. You're getting fried here. Look at the pulse pattern. Oh, man. Come on, give me a decent camera at least. Oh, what, you ain't allowed to see the bottom? No looking at me, man. Oh, that was weird. Or maybe somebody went by and you're not allowed to see him. Maybe just the farmer got mad if somebody was standing out there. Hey, ain't my fault you live where you're being monitored. You just see the moonlight management going on up here in the square up there. Get a little bit bigger. And you always see triangles going on. Boy, are you guys getting hammered today. Square edge here, square edge there. We get the waveform yet? You're starting to calculate the testicle cloud. Look, they're making the 360s with the thumb and the fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. In a vortex in the middle. Sure. And that's a chem bomb, man. Right before your eyes. Anybody don't believe that? That's a chem bomb. I want some of you guys to set up some independent cameras where we get some nice time-lapse photography. That would be fantastic. Your GoPros will do this. The ones that are gathering dust. You know, when you decided to be the spy on the bike riding around showing everything. And that's the last image of non-imagery going here. So, I'm just looking. That don't look normal. You got a white cloud below. You got these ribs up here of some kind of deployment casting a shadow on that deck. Boy, is this a shardy sky. Drippy chemtrails. The drips, man. You guys got the drips. Let's look across this field over here at Gimpy YGYM South. Thank you, Mr. Commulugger fucking asshole. No, I'm sorry. I don't know how to pronounce your there. Kuma Lucer Park. The Lucer Park. What a view they get, huh? I bet it's nice to see the sunrise sunsets from here. What a beautiful view of the mountain there. Right. And that's such a pretty view when they see these skylashes. Full skylashes going down in a log cloud. I know you've been sharded on. Then I'll start looking over here. And I see things like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, right there. I see the cluster right here in an arc. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in an arc like that, making one of the 3 6s in the sky for their devilish program. Yeah, you got a triple shot here. See the Maltese cross? Must be getting a lot of lift over that mountain. Because a lot of clouds are forming from that lift. Shards. Shardy skies. It is, man. It's a great big shit stain. I get tired of having to point that out. You always see the veg in the sky, you know? The veggy clouds. That's just a funnel coming down. It ain't quite made it to the ground. It's electrical phenomena. This is a great view, actually. I'll be remembering this. This is you, Gimpy. I just went over your pictures for your area. I hope that was satisfactory to what you was wanting me to do in my last broadcast. A bit of areolaling going on here, creating peaks and troughs and ripples and illuminating bombs that are going off. Yeah, a lot of times in the radar itself field as the bombs are being deployed, you'll see them show up here, so you know to go look. Hey, got a bit of a racer here. That's a new storm blowing up. Where are we going toward? Right toward Theodore. You're in the sights. Hey, Bell End over here. Watch, it's a creeper. Boom, boom, boom. Every time it does a 4 jump, it shoots over to the west. Watch. Boom. Yeah, you're going to cap it. They're blowing it up right now. And the outflow from this one will feed that one. Kind of give it a pull a bit. So you're about to get it over here. And it's going to be a wild one. Because this line here is definitely volatile. Yeah. Hey, Banana, you better peel it inside real quick. Bring your chairs in. Watch your dog. Make sure your pets are okay. You're about to get a Dawson. Yeah, you guys are about to get fucked, actually. There's a lot of electrical potentials about to connect. You'll have a lot of tendril action snapping back and forth as one of them fights to be the center of the wall. It's interesting how that goes on. That's going on here, clearly. And when it releases from the mountains over this lake, there's going to be hell to pay. Right now, it's hemmed up. Spirit, imagine quite a bit of lightning. Yeah, there should be with conditions like this going on. So as you can see, we get some areas of volatility going on. I'm going to check to see if we're still streaming. Thanks from Gimpy. You're very welcome, Anna McWilson. I hope I pronounced that right. And Leanne Murray, we had some chemtrails yesterday and this morning. You absolutely did. The sky over Lismore Casino has been very microwave, says Julie Marshall. How are you feeling? Do you have any energy left? Because that'll tax the oxygen in your body. It displaces at some of the frequencies. So it gets in your lungs, but it's just not getting absorbed properly. Lethargy has also been associated with heavy chem as it consumes the oxygen in the air to make sulfuric acid. Yeah, it needs two molecules. Yeah, and then that'll decrease the CO2 that's left behind. So you end up with a bad stock because you blowed off a firework, that kind of a thing. It's a cause and effect. They're fucking around. It's time for them to find out. The big question mark is, when will you figure out the riddle? Right? Through the whole matrix of lies that lead to the money of some philanthropist, who I think are a bunch of sheriffs. Look at these plumes going up. Isn't this disgusting? This is the Great Barrier Reef here, man. That's very low level deployment. Tropospheric geoengineering. How many directions of the wind you have going here? See what I mean? It's so chaotic. And where this is going over that in the other direction, the lightning potential's there. I was just waiting for the cloud. And it's happening now. Seems like the center of the action is right about here. But as we just seen, they're blowing up straight lines of storm, individual ones that could wreak havoc all on their own. They're swelling the streams right now in some of these places. That's a sweller, right? A really quick dousing. And get this Call-Eyed Creek going. Get it running. And send one across the lake. There's going to be a wind. It's going to run water up this direction. You're going to be coming back that direction. Boy, are you going to cop it. How's that dam doing down there? Do they want a new project here? Are they proposing a hydroelectric thing or something where they'll make a hydrogen power plant? They'll need that for the cooling water. No free energy devices that don't need cooling for you. My goodness. All at once. The combination of it all. And that's right here. In exactly that time. And you see the bomb line right there? 1, 2, 3, 4. These are chem bombs, folks. Fueling the demise of this town as this stuff comes their way. Now I'll go 20 minutes up. This is a 4-hour jumper. It does it in 10-minute pops. Chem bombs right there going over Gladstone, headed down the coast toward Bundaberg, spreading it out. See the chem going towards each other right here, and then they kiss. Bang! And one went right over the top of the other one. As it goes in toward Bundaberg, Maryborough, and all that. See it? That's that line I was just looking at. It's all chem bomb. Every bit of it. And there's your proof of geoengineering, modifying the weather in Australia, causing storms that are going to cause dissing of the ease. Children might be alarmed. They're tired of the rain as well. And they see you scared. They're going to feel scared. So we've got to defeat this geoengineering program right now. For wowing, we got to do it now. For all the animals out here, we got to do it now because it's the right thing to do. And while if you're not doing the right thing, you're being wrong. And it's wrong to destroy wildlife. It's wrong to play God. And these are the storms I'm very concerned about today. And as I go down west, it's getting worse. I mean, these conditions. Let me do a refresh. Got to document this crime. I've been up since 4 in the morning. It was about 4:30ish. By the time my eyeballs opened, I had coffee in my hand. Yeah, I need a coffee in my hand. What's going on here? You're being seriously areola bumped there, huh? As we're finding out, a lot of them are chem bombs, and you'll start to see the structure in these radars. That's right. As I make these correlations when I look from here over to there, right? Is this where I am? Where am I at? Hello. When will you get rain? Would you like that to the millisecond? You want that in a start date 7:59? How about we go look in a minute? Or hopefully maybe I answered your question. It's going to have an effect at pyramid. But right now I'm looking at this tone. Before I lose track of myself. That rotated around. It rotated around and smacked into that one. So one more bomb and she hits this crush road. What's here? You got a road? Ah, yeah, intersection. That's this conspiracy theory weather. I'm going to start pointing out coincidences, as I call them. I'm a coincidence noticer. That's happened after that happens is a coincidence, huh? If it happens 100 times, it bears investigation. Wouldn't you say? What if it happens 1,000,000 times? Does that bear investigation? What if I took a jab in the arm and I got sick? Is that a correlation? If 1,000,000 kids grab their chest after having a shot and die on a field, is that a correlation enough to bear investigation into the actual causation so we can jail the people that did the lie and ruin lives? I think it does too. Yeah, I fucking went there, and if you don't like that opinion too, tough shit. I'm not anti-vax. Never call me that. I'm not vaccine hesitant. I'm an abolitionist of it. In the corporation that controls the money that makes you want it. I'm not hesitant. I won't hesitate to say no. And I won't hesitate to tell you why I say no. With facts that you get from your pub meds, from your doctors and your peers. And these kind of doctors get their licenses taken away for disagreeing. What a Newtonian system we got going on. Louis Pasteur's got $2.4 billion budget to worry about every year. You think they ain't got a few dollars for an ad? Would you spend $1 million to get $1 billion? They would. Personally, I'd rather have my integrity intact and tell the truth about what's going on. I didn't plan to do that. It's also right that the Pilica Forest over here is being fracked. And you don't think they want this land for that? They want you off it because you might have said no to the jabbing into the earth of toxic chemicals and pumping them into your groundwater system and poisoning that, and the trees got to drink from it. How many corporations have gone fucking wild with their land grabbing along these routes for roads that they want, the routes for railroads that they want, the route through your life that they want. They want your inheritance. They want your everything. And somehow they'll convince the next generation to give it all up that you gave to them, that you worked so fucking hard from, because numbnutting seems to be the fad. Look at what's hitting long reach now. Will the radar show any action? Probably not. A lot of times when they're beaming hard, they ain't showing nothing, so I'm going right to them. Go right to the Mount Icicle. There it is, frying you. Creating the ripple, creating the nipple, making the pulse. Pulsations, making it moist. It's going to be more than fucking moist there. It's holding back that line. When they shut that radar off, she's coming in. My goodness. So let's run the forecast. It seems quite inaccurate of what they say is going to happen today. When will it rain in Gympie? Hey, not right this minute. I could tell you an answer to that straight off. This is the weather plan. As the storms march north, which is Ed, and joins the other one, and holds in place with the radars and abominations of it all, you've mixed cold air with the warm tropical air, and then natural fuckery can occur. And it's going to blow up all at once. It's going to hit you, what about? A little bit before sunrise, when you get that cooling evaporation happens just as the sun comes up, it's going to fuel the storms tomorrow. And they got a big corridor. But Gympie, you're spared still. You're over here, right? When's it going to rain? I don't know. You have time to put your washing out. Look how clear it is over Brisbane when I hovered there. Anyways, I'll let this roll along. I got to pour some hot water or something. Yeah, it's time. It's coffee time. Oh, I like my world degraffinated, and I like my morning highly caffeinated. What is it with speed products in our life? Went from making bad decisions when I was young to drinking coffee has been its replacement. I love it too. They say it's bad for you, so maybe we should drink more. I like the tannins in real coffee, and that's mostly what I drink it for. I drink it black. I taste my coffee. Oh, I just spilled water on my table. Oh, good, I got it leaning right. Good. If you make your desk just right, everything rolls off at your leg, including very hot water. All right. Well, keep watching this. Just watch. You guys just watch it a minute. Like, I have a spill over here. All right, what am I going to use to wipe my counter? All right, I got to change my pants. That was hot. Whew. It's a good thing it didn't go a little more south there. I would have been singing Not Great Balls of Fire. Mr. Scald Balls. You scald your balls. At least I got some. At least I'm using them. At least they throw me in the FEMA camp. I'll know why. I'll be laughing at the other crying fuckers going, and they'll go, why are you laughing? Say, I know why I'm here. Why are you here? I shouldn't be here for speaking the truth, but you know what happens. Right. Oh, as you now see it coming into the picture on the night. I did that on purpose. I didn't want to wind you guys up. But boy, there's a possibility this king could get beamed over. It can. I'm very worried about this particular moment in time. Right, this actually about here. If they're going to steer it, they got to hit it about there. Right about that time. You got to catch it when it's here. Hit one pulse through here at a curve. That fucker comes straight ashore, smacks you right in Harvey Bay. If they beam from here, and I got to watch for this. If they beam here, so this is a moment in time I have to watch for. So the beam that steers it should actually hit it about here if it's going to go that way. So I'm watching very closely for Newcastle to pop a big bastard. And there's a place out here I don't have marked yet. It can do it as well. And it's going to need to be a big one or a ship. Following it could do it as well. A plane in the air can do it with one of those radars like an AWAC plane. So I'm going to watch it very closely. This is a very indeterminate moment in the forecast. So, yeah, when I get to about here, I'll know. Ooh. Yeah, because here's what the pressure says. Right? If I zoom back on the pressure, they've opened up a corridor with another blast from Antarctica that's come across from South America, and it's now took all that cold air with it up into here to a gap. They shot a radar beam straight up your country, popped a low, popped this sideways. So now this one, they heated here, starts to lean. They heated one here, it starts to lean. Right? That's the gangster lean, man. And the geoengineer with the gangster lean. And the boosting me, that's the boosting lean. Boost the lead, don't let the days go by. My God, are they getting good at this? Now you got two spitters, and one on each coast. What policy are they wanting to move through? Why are they hitting your coast road when you're traveling to a protest? Now here's your Friday travel down the coast. The entire coastal highway's been hit. There's going to be high winds in some spots. Some of the key passes here between Lismore and Cuffs. Yeah, you're going to get some fantastic surf. Come on, let's think the fun first. Surfer's paradise. Your brakes are going to be going a bit sideways and an angle. But this one's here, you're coming ashore nice because of what's going on out here. You got some long rollers out here. There's a lot of EMF, a lot of pulsing, heavy fucking winds. So yeah, you got some good surf coming on. I mean, imagine if you're ballsy enough, man, out here. Fucking hell, you'll get some swells. Some of these places out here in the tropics is going to have some legendary swells. You'll see people out in boats trying to get to them. Hey, tow me out with your jet ski. That kind of surf. But man, this is raging. Absolutely raging storm. If that was to turn ashore right at that point, the tornadoes that would spawn from the breaking up of the pressure alone would cause incredible damage. The things would lift these bridges off the tops of the pavement off them that's already loose now from too many storms. And I'm very concerned about that. I was also worried about some of that freeze going on up here. You've had water seep into cracks in the roads, and the freezing is going to force those cracks apart. And well, you have to have a car that's roadworthy, but the road doesn't have to be car worthy, so you know what that means. It then as it makes a steamer supposedly toward New Zealand, but I'm not fully in agreement with this. I'm really not. It's the weirdest move of a storm I ever seen. Hi, let's come over here. We're gonna visit over here. We'll snap some pictures like a balloon, Biden balloon, right? And we're gonna go over here. We're gonna hang out for a minute. And we're gonna smack right here, scare the shit out of it, and then it's gonna do a curveball straight into fucking New Zealand. It's the weirdest punch I've seen. This is strange. And yes, that will cause big problems for Auckland coming up about 11, 12 days from now. And what are we going to do? We're going to keep a good eye on it. Because if they hit a beam here, Auckland is spared. If they hit the beam there, you're fucked. So we're going to keep an eye on this. Ooh. And the continual non-giving of the radar in New Zealand is continuing. So I really won't go over you guys too much. Not too many people give me a sky picture, but up here. So I'll have a look at the Jacarua Harbor. Yeah, you're going to correct me because you're so triggered by somebody not pronouncing your name right. While they're selling your land off to the oil corporations. Bit of lenticular clouds in there. Well, you get sunny somewhere, but not for you. So if the internet goes out, somebody's walking in front of the modem. Boy, that's very dramatic, isn't it? Chemtrails lit from a very low angle with a dark cloud that hasn't received light yet. These are ropes of chem. See that curve with the bomb signature in it, pointing toward the one spot? See the triple shot right there? Moonlight management. Yeah, right. See it up there? Come on, get off. That's just chem being lit from underneath and a shadow up there on the deck. Gives a very dramatic look to it. See the bomb right here? 1, 2, 3 spokes. The Mercedes. There's the knuckle sandwich. 1, 2, 3, 4 with the bomb signatures in it. It's about the best I can do for you with the data given to me today, New Zealand. Yeah, this is my area of concern today. So get the warning out to any of the people in the path of a few of these storms. Some of these here as well are just absolutely hammering it up. If you get an outbreak of 20 plus tornadoes, I'm not going to be surprised, and they'll call it an outbreak because the bombs all say so. So you guys go get your warnings out. All right. Big love. Stay safe. Peace.